What's up, Hippo lovers? Nille here, and I'm trying to explain to you the main differences when it comes to switching to Age of Empires 4 if you mainly played Age of Empires 2 before. One of the major things will be how different civilizations are. If we look at the English, for example, and look at their tech tree, we can see lots of standard buildings that you normally see in Age of Empires 2 as well, and typical buildings in the next age for feudal age, and yada yada. But for example, if we now click at Mongols, that looks completely different, and we have completely new names, completely different buildings, and different mechanics. So most likely, I actually think you probably have to specialize on one civilization, mainly go for that one instead of playing lots of random civilization. And, well, figure out the civs first. Next thing that will be completely different. Normally, if we want to advance to the next stage, we use the town center for that one. But town center not used for that anymore. Instead, we are building landmarks, which are unique buildings that give different bonuses to you. You have to build them, and more villagers can simply build that one to advance to the next stage faster. One villager will finish it slower, obviously. Those landmarks will decide your strategy quite early on, simply because some of them will be economy-based, some of them technology-based, some of them military-based defensively, and therefore decisions have to be made basically before advancing to the next stage. Another major thing that we will see will simply be that you can walk between buildings. Therefore, something like quick walling is not an option anymore. Those houses are actually adjacent to each other, and you can still walk through there. And for example, the enemy army could easily get in there. Another thing that Age of Empires 2 players are very aware of is that food is decaying. That won't be a thing anymore in Age of Empires 4. Those sheep won't lose any food if you're not going on them. Same goes for deer. If I click away here now, I simply will keep. Another big thing is that technologies work in percentages, not in absolute numbers. So for example, going for biology increases the health for all cavalry by 20% instead of something like bloodlines, which normally gave you plus 20 HP. Another big difference will be the usage of hotkeys. A lot of us are used to using all our hotkeys when it comes to select all archer ranges or go to archer range or something the likes. And that's simply not an option to go for in Age of Empires 4. Lots of feedback was already being sent in there. Maybe that will be changed at some point, but certainly the hotkey usage will be completely different. Another thing, in Age of Empires, you always had to take good care that you build your houses over non-stragglers. That is not really a thing anymore in Age of Empires 4. You simply erase that tree. Obviously, you can't really build over the full wood line. In Age of Empires 2, you were limited to the natural resources on the map. But in Age of Empires 4, you can actually trade with neutral trade posts that you can use and generate gold with. Something that will feel very unnatural for you if you're used to playing Age of Empires 2 is that wolves also are attacking your monks and similar units. Really annoying. Another thing you don't need to take care of in Age of Empires 4 is farms. Once they're seeded, you never ever have to reseed them. Also, one major thing that will be very different to Age of Empires 2 is that there's basically no ballistics. Units are already always hitting. As you can see with the TC here, even on long distance, the shots are always hitting, and that will obviously change micro. Or in Age of Empires 4, the blacksmith works differently to Age of Empires 2 as well. The attacks are still the same. You get +1 attack for all your melee units, but the armor actually works not for a unit, but against a unit. So it's not the armor for the melee unit, but it is the armor against all melee units, no matter what unit you have. Another small thing is that now some units have different pop spaces. As you can see, those siege units take away 3 population. Elephants do the same. I think most other units simply take 1 spot. Those were the major differences I found tricky when switching from Age of Empires 2 to 4. Maybe of something else that you want to inform the others about, post them down below. That's it from me. Goodbye. Hippo lovers.